What's up, everybody? It's your favorite itty-bitty robot's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Dr. Wu. I think this is the first Dr. Wu piece I've ever looked at. Monitor Officer, which is their Soundwave, and Destroy Emperor, which is their Galvatron. This is on loan to me from Robert D, because who else would buy this? Just kidding. Kinda. And he sent it to me along with a ton of other stuff that we have to go through. This actually finishes off one of 3 boxes of stuff that he sent me to take a look at, so it's kind of exciting to at least send one back to him. That being said, we gotta talk about these guys, and guess what we don't have to start with today? Accessories, because they don't come with any. So we'll just get started. So let's start with Soundwave. First of all, the silver is painted on the face, as is the eyes. The head is on a ball peg that comes into the back of the neck. You don't really get anything down. You do get a good bit up, and then you get a swivel. The chest has the orange and purple painted on it. They didn't do the little arrow on the chest, and then the orange kind of follows through to the side. We have a waist swivel, and for the shoulders, we have ball pegs that come out to hinges, so you actually get a reverse butterfly, and the hinge comes up past 90 degrees. Now, the elbows are on a hinge, and they go to about 90 degrees, and then the wrists are kind of stuck, and no bicep swivel. You do have red paint along the line work there, which is nice on both sides. The bit here does come out, so technically that is an accessory, I suppose. And it has some red paint on it. And then the hips, you actually have hip flaps here. That'll get you forward and back to there, which isn't hateful. And then out to the side to there on ball pegs, which is the full Van Damme. And you get a little bit of a thigh swivel around the ball peg. Single hinge knee, which gets you 90 degrees, plus silver on the leg there, and silver on the foot, and silver on the inside of the leg. Another ball peg, ankle tilt up, ankle tilt down, and a rocker. And there he is from the back. So pretty articulated little fella. All right, so let's get him transformed. Take off his little cannon there and place that on the back. Spin the head around 180 and fold that towards the back. Collapse the forearms into the shoulders, and it's a little bit of a tight tolerance there to get it out as well, so to speak. Bring them back around. They'll actually tab in to the back. You can't see it, but the forearms tab into the back of the body. And then you want to bring this up. This tab will tab into that slot. And as you do so, this foot needs to come around, and the top of the foot tabs into the back of the leg there. Well, you get the general idea. I'm not going to waste too much time on that. Same on this side. And there you go. And I'll clean it up. We'll take a look at it. And honestly, I think it's pretty successful for what it is. The silver comes through, the little bits come through. It's a interesting little transformation that's kind of quick, simple, and to the point, and fun. So yeah, I don't have a whole lot of issues with this. Let's, of course, at least, there it is with Tiger Tracks. And let's go through Galvatron. So he's got some silver paint on the face and red eyes and a little menacing sculpt there. The head is on a swivel, so you just get the swivel, nothing else. The shoulders are on ball pegs. They get you up to just shy of 90 degrees and spin around. No bicep swivel, but you do get a double hinged elbow for the full run. And you have his cannon on his arm. I think that might even be painted orange. Can't really tell. And then this bit comes out here if you want to keep it in for... I don't know why exactly. I haven't looked at the transformation of this guy yet, so maybe it's related to that. However, if you want it out for, you know, robot mode or whatever, you can just take it out. It's just, I don't want to lose it. So on this side, articulation is the same. Once again, no wrist swivel. And then we have a waist swivel. Some red paint on the torso there. Hips are on a T-jointed ball joints. And you get forward and back for the full Monty. Out to the side is a little limited, but should get you everything you want. Thigh swivel. We have a single ball peg that gets you the full run because the back of the legs are hollow. And then you have some silver and red paint, or gunmetal silver really, and red paint on the lower legs. And that's this guy in a nutshell. That should be flapped down. And yeah, I mean, pretty cool for how little it is, you know. And let's get him transformed as well. So just take this little piece here. It's on a sliding rail. Slide that all the way down. That'll bring his head down. And then you can fold that down. Take off the cannon there it has a little port there, tab there, so utilize those and tab that in. And then you can, well, I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. Move your legs around to the side on the ball pegs and then collapse them. So the thing about this is a little wonky is there's a tab inside of here that has to tab into the thigh, and then the two thigh pieces actually kind of tab together. So it just takes a little bit of making sure it's lined up properly. Then bring your arms up here on the double hinge, and the tracks will come down, and there he is. I'll clean him up. We'll take a look at him. Actually, I guess they should be this way, right? Yeah, so I'll clean him up. We'll take a look at him. And there it is. I mean, not quite as interesting as the Soundwave, but still effective and, you know, kind of efficient. And you can have him sort of angled down towards the ground, you know, with the clowns messing around from out of town. And, yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with this for, you know, once again, for its size and general thing. The only bit that I have here is the issue with is that little tab there. It probably would have been better if the tab came out of the side of the arm and it plugged into that, and this way a port I think would look better than that tab. Is a little obnoxious. Outside of that, you know, what do you want other than to see it next to Tiger Tracks? And a quick shot of them together, just in case you wanted to see that as well. Size comparison wise, I just wanted to show you what they are in comparison to one another, because they are actually scaled fairly properly with one another. There it is with the Hasbro Legends behind, and I guess we should throw in Blaster here just for good measure, because we always do. But just to give you an idea, like they're tiny, they're a whole new scale, they're itty bitty. Final thoughts wise, we'll start with the negatives. The biggest negative for me are the sliding joints. So the sliding joints on the forearms for Soundwave. I know it's not Soundwave, it's Soundblaster or whatever. I was just, you know, what do you want from me? Don't at me, bro. And then the sliding joint for the head going down into the body of Galvatron. Both of them are a little bit of a challenge and aren't the most user-friendly. The only other issue I have is really that I think that they should have probably utilized a port instead of a tab on the side of the cannon of Galvatron. And outside of that, I mean, I think for what these are, for their general size, there's no real issue. Which we might as well talk about. They're articulated pretty well. There's no wrist swivels or bicep swivels, but for this scale, it just doesn't bother me. There's actually a fair amount of paint on them. Tight paintwork too, little red stripes on Soundblaster, not to mention, you know, the silver and orange and purple. And then Galvatron has a fair amount of gunmetal, as well as the red and silver on him, so it's like they're fairly well painted for their size. It doesn't feel plain by any stretch of the imagination. The engineering is cool. The fact that they transform is cool. You know, like, I don't think there's really a place for them necessarily in anything modern, but if you wanted them because you really love the characters or you just wanted something to kind of mess about with, they're as good as any, I suppose. So take that for what it's worth. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.